Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a breathtaking sequence from ancient literature that honestly reads like a modern masterclass in emotional intelligence, diplomacy, and strategic grace. We're looking at the story of King Nala, specifically the immediate aftermath of his return from exile. You see, this isn't just your standard story about a king getting his throne back. It's this incredibly fascinating look at how to handle fractured relationships, public perception, and seriously awkward professional dynamics with absolute brilliance. Okay, let's jump right into this.
To truly appreciate the masterful way Nala handles his return, we really have to understand where he just came from. You can think of this as the ultimate ancient undercover boss reveal. For a long, grueling period of exile, the legendary King Nala was entirely stripped of his identity. He lived disguised as a humble, honestly pretty unseemly charioteer named Vahuka, working for another king named Rituparna. But now, the disguise has finally fallen away. The truth is out. The king in disguise has been recognized by his true love, Damayanti, and the world is about to find out exactly who has been hiding in their midst.
So that brings us to Section 1, the Grand Reunion, where we see the restoration of family ties.
Let's look at the chronological beat-by-beat breakdown of this incredibly poignant morning greeting. The text tells us that, having passed the night, King Nala, decked out in royal ornaments with his wife Damayanti by his side, presents himself before his father-in-law King Bhima. Just imagine the sheer emotional weight of this moment. After years of wandering, loss, and living as a servant, Nala steps forward, completely restored in his appearance. First, he salutes King Bhima with deep humility, and Damayanti follows suit. And King Bhima, who has been searching everywhere for them, joyously receives Nala, not just as a returning monarch, but as a son.
This moment brilliantly illustrates something essential about Nala's character. Despite just reclaiming his royal status and putting on all his royal ornaments, Nala's very first act is to humbly offer his services to his father-in-law. I mean, he doesn't strut in demanding respect or making a big show of his restored ego. He offers service. It's this profound display of humility that instantly solidifies the restoration of his fractured family ties. He's anchoring his return in respect and duty, not pride.
Moving right along to Section 2, a city rejoices. Let's look at Nala's public validation.
Word travels fast, and when the citizens of Kundina hear that Nala has arrived, the energy just explodes. Look at the specific details of this celebration. Flags and standards are rapidly raised into the sky. Garlands of colorful flowers are strung up absolutely everywhere. The dusty streets are watered down and refreshed. Gates are covered in elaborate floral wreaths, and every single temple and shrine is decorated to the nines. The pacing of the text here totally matches the frantic, joyous energy of a city that is pulling out all the stops to celebrate the return of their hero.
The text sums this all up by stating that a loud uproar of delight echoed throughout the entire city. This isn't just a party, guys. This is the definitive, undeniable proof that Nala's public honor has been completely and emphatically restored. The people haven't forgotten him. His period of disgrace and hidden identity is totally washed away by this overwhelming citywide tidal wave of public validation.
That takes us to Section 3, Forgiveness Among Kings, focusing on mending royal ties.
Enter King Rituparna. Remember, this is the guy who unknowingly employed King Nala, disguised as the charioteer Vahuka, driving him around and ordering him around. Well, Rituparna suddenly hears that his employee has been united with Damayanti and is in fact a legendary monarch. Talk about the ultimate workplace nightmare. Imagine waking up and realizing the guy fetching your coffee for the last year is actually a famous CEO in disguise. Rituparna is glad for him, for sure, but he immediately calls upon Nala to ask for his forgiveness. The crucial point is right here in this quote. Rituparna says, "If knowingly I have done thee any wrong, it behoveth thee to forgive me." Just look at the sheer vulnerability of that statement. Rituparna is a king himself, yet he is completely laying down his pride. He realizes that the power dynamic between them has suddenly and dramatically inverted. He doesn't try to play it cool at all. He openly admits he might have crossed a line while Nala was living in disguise in his house, and he outright begs for a clean slate. In response, Nala replies, "Thou hast not, O monarch, done me ever so little an injury. I lived happily in thy abode, in fact, more happily there than in my own house." Now that is staggering emotional intelligence. Nala could have flexed his muscles here. He easily could have made Rituparna sweat. Instead, he demonstrates incredible grace. He assures Rituparna that they are friends, even relatives, and flat out refuses to burn the bridge. By choosing to highlight only the positive aspects of his employment, Nala neutralizes a potentially explosive diplomatic crisis with perfect poise.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 4, the ultimate skill exchange, where they trade ancient lore.
Now, this isn't just a friendly goodbye. It's an ancient, high-level power play where two monarchs exchange their greatest mystical technologies out of pure mutual respect. To cement their restored relationship, Nala offers Rituparna his legendary horse lore, this peerless science of equestrian mastery. In return, Rituparna gives Nala the mysteries of dice. Keep in mind, Nala lost his entire kingdom because of a rigged game of dice. By receiving this dice lore, Nala is literally acquiring the exact skill he needs to ensure he can never be cheated out of his destiny again. It's brilliant.
The text notes that Rituparna accepts the science with ordained rights, formally concluding their business. He then departs for his own city, employing another person as his charioteer. This transaction is so beautiful because it allows Rituparna to leave with his dignity completely intact, armed with this amazing new knowledge, while very neatly wrapping up the awkward history they shared. It's essentially the perfect, respectful severance package.
When we actually mapped this sequence of events on a timeline, it's astonishing how efficiently Nala restores his life. I mean, in just a single day, he goes from a disguised servant to a recognized king. In the morning, he restores his family bonds with Bhima. By midday, his public honor is validated by a massive citywide celebration. In the afternoon, he gracefully handles his former boss, completely securing his diplomatic ties. And by late afternoon, he trades for the exact knowledge he needs to safeguard his future. It is a breathtakingly swift sequence of total resolution.
Which leaves us with a final thought for this explainer. If you found yourself in Nala's shoes, suddenly holding all the cards, would you have the grace to forgive a former boss who employed you at your absolute lowest moment? Would you build a bridge, or would you burn it? And in our modern world, if you were to cement a mutual respect with a former rival, what specific lore or unique skill would you trade today? Something to think about as you navigate your own professional and personal restorations. Thanks so much for exploring this amazing text with me, and I'll catch you on the next one.